pulled up anchor. I meant to record that, but I didn't. So I have an issue with my chart plotter, and I'm gonna have to wait till I get out of here where it's not so narrow, get out into the open water to deal with it. I may have to call Ray Marine. But yeah, my depth finder is not showing up on my chart plotter, and I can't get it to, but I can get it into the by data, which is just basically the speed over ground and the depth. So it's working, it's just not showing on my map where I need it. So I need to fiddle around. I had talked to Ray Marine last week about an issue, and we reset it, so maybe it glitched that out, and we have to put it back in the screen. So, yeah. So right now, which is good, we're at 27 feet of water. Woohoo! And I'm trying to maneuver around this island here. It's Pumpkin Knob. So, trying to get around that, and not sure how I want to go around. I think what I'm going to do is just go around the island here instead of going through. So we just still have to watch out for the, oh, we got a seal visitor out here. Yeah, a harbor seal. So I thought for a minute it was a bobbing lobster trap. But it's a bobbing head of the seal. I don't think my GoPro's going to turn, see it. So we're just going to go around here. We're going to go around this little island instead of cut through. Sometimes I've cut through there. I've been through here when it's been foggy. And so, yeah. If we went that way, we'd go towards Falmouth. And we're going to go this way because we're going to go out into the ocean. And I think right now, at this point in time, I got a late start. It's going to warm up today. I'm 6 hours from Boothbay, so I'm going to go ahead and probably hit Boothbay, anchor out for the night. We got some good weather, halfway decent weather tomorrow, but we got more rain and dampness and fog and everything else coming before the weekend. So yeah. It is what it is. So here we are. I've got my sails ready to pull up. I'm just watching out for all these. We've got multiple lobster traps out here right now. I see 4 of them dead ahead. So, it's a little hard to see them when the sun is coming down on me. They don't, they don't reflect off the water that well. So, there's a Knob Island right here, or Pumpkin Knob Island. course, with this chart on this thing right here, I don't have no wind. So I have to bounce back and forth to see what the wind is. I'm hoping I'll be able to sail. Once I get out there far enough, I'm not going to have to worry too much about the depth. Just while I'm in here. I was going to go, let's see, I was going to go to Pilot Harbor, and Anchor, which is 2 hours. And then I was going to go to Jewel Cove, which is an hour. I will be going by Jewel Cove. I kind of like it in there, but it is very narrow for anchorage. It's kind of different, it's kind of challenging, but I don't know if I'll go in there. Glad that finder's working. It's just not displaying on this side of the screen where it normally does. I know that there's a way I set it up, but while I'm out here doing all this other stuff, it's hard for me to concentrate and do that. So once I get out there further, I can deal with it. I even shut it off and restarted, thinking that it was just a glitch. But there's a way to customize it. But watching out for lobster pots and traps and buoys and it's safer just to concentrate on one thing. Getting out of here. We're leaving Portland. Well, actually, Peaks Island. So, and that's the rest of Peaks Island over there, right there. Dancers hanging on. I'm gonna let her out some. She was like pointing up to the sky. It's too close to the waves created by the boat. Her bow was sticking straight up. Okay, so we're going to be going by Jewel Cove. And it's in there, and right now I can see that there is only right now one sailboat by the mast I can see, but there may be others. But right now that's all I can see from this point of view. Once we get out past here, I'm going to mess around with maybe, I'll pull up the head sail, main sail, and then I'm going, because the wind is behind me right now, and we'll see, maybe I might pull out the spinnaker. I was messing with that this week, trying to get a setup on it, so I got my block out there to run the tack line. So I also made a makeshift or collar, tacker collar, which goes around the furled head sail and allows it to go up and down the tack line. So tack part of the sail, spinnaker, because mine's asymmetrical, so it has no pole. Really pretty out here. It's nice.
beautiful.
So, and by the way, looking at my screen, guess what? I got my depth up there. I didn't have to call Ray Marine. I finally figured it out. I knew there was a way to get it on a setting. I just had to figure it out. So, I got it. Yay! I think Ray Marine's probably tired of hearing from me. I tried to give him a break, you know. So, it was good. I knew there was a way to do that because Ray Marine, we reset that one particular app and display, and when it came back, when we rebooted it or downloaded again, it didn't come up with my display on there. So for the depth, so I had to go into find the settings, went into settings and overlay of what you have on your map, and then I hit that, and then now it's there. Yay! So awesome. All right, well, I worked hard. We got the main up, and we're sailing on a starboard tack, broad reach, and we're sort of going in the direction we need to go in. Well, we're holding about maybe 4 to 6.6 knots right now. I probably could adjust the head sail a little bit now. But yeah, we are sailing. Yes, hooray. I'm excited, yay. And it's quiet, all you hear is the water. Maybe a sail flapping every now and then, but yeah, it's so nice. Beautiful day. Not real cold, not real hot, warm, but it's doable. The sun is warm, and we're headed to Boothbay still, so that's where we're headed. And we should get in there sometime before dark at this rate. And I'm kind of familiar with Boothbay, so it's a little easier to get in there. And I probably will anchor. I don't know. I may pick up a mooring. It just depends on what the wind conditions and all that other stuff is when I get in there. But yeah.
Okay,
we are
if you
doing
haven't
it.
noticed
We are
that there,
sailing.
the bottom part, or at the left of my mainsail, which is the track of the mast, from the tack of the bottom corner up to the head, that is not tight. I did not pick that up for some reason, but I definitely picked it up later, and I found out that my halyard was wrapped around my deck light, or on the wrong side of the deck light, and it wasn't allowing it to tighten up. So I fixed it. Later it looks better.
Well, we're still sailing. The wind has picked up a little bit. With that being picked up a little bit, still out of the southwest. And it's kind of, we're still sailing on a starboard tack. Without a beam reach, and we're doing almost 5 knots most of the time, maybe a little bit better. So waves of, we knew they were going to increase. So they're 3 foot, 3'6" seconds. Not uncomfortable. I think it would be more uncomfortable if I wasn't sailing. And with the higher wind, I went and had to get my hoodie because it's colder. Wind's coming, like I said, from the southwest. Not quite behind me yet. When I get to Boothbay, I've got to turn to port and angle in there, so hopefully it'll be enough that we just change the tack and not have to be sailing close to downwind. So we'll see how that goes. Good peanut butter jelly sandwich. Easy food to fix. And sourdough bread. We are got a little bit of healing here. Not bad. Okay, this is Squirrel Island to the starboard that you can see there. This is an island not far from Boothbay Harbor. I've taken the head sail in, furled it in. Besides that, we're supposed to get instead of to gust up to 35 knots or miles per hour, and today until tomorrow morning. So I decided just to go ahead and get in here before any craziness starts. Okay, so I've let out some chain with the anchor here for right now. I'm just waiting for the boat to get turned around more and pulling on the anchor before I let more out.
Okay, anchor is down and the chain bridle is hooked up and secured. And I will tell you in a little bit about the issues.
We did it. I don't know why it was binding up. I think where my splice is, it kind of, the chain wants to put a knot in itself, twist it, so it won't go through the windlass. So I had to mess around with it a little bit.
Why it's powering
yeah.
off. Okay, so sorry about that. So anyways, this chain was in a knot, kind of like twisted, so it wouldn't come up, would not come up through this windlass teeth here, okay, when I was dropping the anchor. So I have 130-ish feet of chain, and then I come to this splice, and this here is just dirty, but it is really, you know, it's in good shape. 8-plat. So I spliced this about, it'll be coming up 4 years pretty soon. I spliced it. So, and I whipped it. It's whip lock. So, yeah. And I tapered the ends down. So that's why you see these. Oops. Sorry. This is why you see these. Because it's a whip lock. And then it's braided. Okay. Or spliced. And it's 8-plat. So there's 8 strands. 4 of 2 pairs. So 4 of 2 pairs. And 4 of them go one way and 4 go the other way, and they alternate around the rope. So you had to taper it, because I would have had this great big blob, you know, thickness if I didn't taper it. So that's what these are right here. They're burnt ends off. They're burnt here. So yeah. So that just goes, you know, taper down, and it goes into my windlass down below. And this 8-plat will work with this windlass. It does kind of bung up, but just a minute or second sometimes at the splice. But I never had it, the chain twist like that. So I think it might have been one way it dropped in the locker or something. But yeah. So that was the other thing. It wouldn't come up out through there. But the good thing about it, I mean, it doesn't have to come up through there. I mean, it can, you know, you just hold this back and you can take it off, you know, and bring it around. So it's not a big deal. You can get it undone. But that's what was going on there. So it's a beautiful evening though. Look. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And we appreciate you. And of course, we love you all. Thanks.